Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me now? I had a live stream a few minutes ago or a little bit earlier today. And for some reason, I was having technical difficulties with my Bluetooth. Everybody can hear me. Can I get a thumbs up in the comment section? First one to jump in on the show. Probably talking to myself at this point. I do got several things I wanted to cover today. Hopefully, I can get some more people back in here before I get to going too far along. Y'all give me just a minute, and I'll put up some banners and things just to kill some time to see if I got anybody in my comment section. All right, let's do the countdown. Hey, folks, anybody can hear me this time? Let me know in the comment section right away so I don't feel like a fool. I'm sitting here talking to myself on mute, I guess. One of my other apps was open, and due to the fact my other app was open, it was not letting me hear y'all hear the audio, but it wouldn't let me communicate my audio out. My mic was basically muted because I had another app open. Y'all can hear me? Perfect. All right. Thank God. That was kind of embarrassing there. About 10 minutes, I guess I was talking to myself. Kind of silly, but you live and you learn. Every time I get on the StreamYard is kind of a crash course in brain surgery because it's new to me. I've always used other apps like OBS to do my editing. Now, I've got several things I wanted to bring to y'all today. Several clips that I thought were really worth talking about. I want to first talk about the subject at hand is DEI, and DEI is how we got into shape. I'm talking about presidential assassination, security detail slipping, if not worse, and how we got Kamala Harris as the new presidential nominee. Joe Biden is dropping out. I'm sure we all know by now. Breaking news, breaking news. Joe Biden is out of the race. I predicted this a couple of weeks ago. I said he ain't going to make it much longer after that debate. I knew he was done for. He was cooked. It's over for him. So because of they hired Joe Biden, didn't earn it. DEI, you know the term, diversity, equity, inclusion, really means they didn't earn it because they got the job for some other nefarious reason, like their skin color or their sexual orientation, something stupid. So we got Joe Biden, who didn't earn it, injected into the White House. He didn't get 81 million votes. I don't care what anybody says. If they did, I don't know where they come from. They must have had a lot of graveyards they were signing people up in or something. Now, Kamala Harris, she reeks of the DEI hire. She was such a horrible DEI hire, they couldn't get rid of her to replace Biden with somebody even decent on the Democrat Party, if there's such a person. They're stuck with Kamala because she's, you got it, melanated. She's the DEI. So DEI has not only destroyed the Biden administration because of the way the deep state has injected both of these people in thinking the American people wanted this. We didn't want either one of them. And now they're stuck with Kamala. Kamala cannot beat Trump. That's a win for us, folks. I'd rather Joe Biden stay in the race because he looked horribly, horribly bad. At this point, there was no way he was going to win. But now they're having to shift the financing, do everything they can to try to get everybody involved in propping Kamala up. So Kamala Harris will be on every talk show, every mainstream media outlet in the country over the next 2 or 3 months. They're going to carpet bomb America with Kamala is great. Just get ready for it, folks. They're going to prop her up, and she's the next greatest minority diversity hire that ever rose from the ashes to the heap of the presidency. We do know that's what's going to be said, how it's going to go down. No doubt about it. Just be prepared, folks. There is definitely a lot of problems with what happened at the assassination attempt involving DEI. They've now found out, Senator Grassley, Senator Johnson, several of them have found out that, and Josh Hawley have found out that Trump security detail that was there for him at the rally was not his own. He only had a few that were actual original detail members. Half to three quarters of them were brought in a moment's notice because the story is Jill Biden got his security detail, his normal security detail. And there is facts out now proving that not just the Trump campaign, but Robert Kennedy and several candidate senators and stuff have asked for better secret security and security period over all the violence that's been happening. People like Lee Zeldin got attacked months ago in New York. And the White House is no, we ain't trying to hear it. That's what's really going on. And this lady, Miss Cheadle, she's fixing to have to pay for that. She will probably resign or get fired tomorrow if she doesn't show up for this hearing. The Congress is going to grill her for 6 hours. Hopefully, all that goes well, and we're able to get some solution to what the hell happened, how it can make sure we can make sure it never happens again, and how in the hell we're going to get to the bottom of this second shooter scenario, this third shooter scenario, this watchtower shadow figure. I got video clips of this window open at the event, right by the rooftop where the kid was. Was that Secret Service in there, or was that those other bullet gunshots that were heard that nobody can account for? I want to know where the 8 casings are, 9 casings are that the kid supposedly shot from that rifle. I want to know why the ballistics of the soundtrack of the ballistics says that the reports were different from certain shots and other shots. Now I know there was an assassin and there was a sniper, uh, police or Secret Service sniper in theory. It would be 2 guns. Well, I listened to an audio earlier, a few million views on this audio. This guy, he says he is a ballistic sound expert, and he broke it down and said there is definitely 3 weapons. That's what he has to believe. Now, I've got some corroboration to that. Now, Ron Johnson is even speaking up now saying, I've seen enough, heard enough to know that there's had to be more than one trajectory of bullets, considering everybody that got hit. There's all kinds of little things that are starting to come into focus. This kid was on the roof for an hour. Nobody ever called Trump and told him. It's a real shit show, folks. And the more we find out, the more disgusting it is, the more more revealing it is that they didn't just not do their job, but this was a coup. I would have to say, in my personal opinion, they tried to the deep state had tried to take Trump out. Maybe the BlackRock employees. Pretty sad, folks. You know, BlackRock is the enemy of the people as well. They love China, and Trump doesn't get down with them doing so much business with China. He actually taxed them on it while he was in office. They hated him for it. But let's go ahead and get into a few things that I want to talk to y'all about. There is let's see here. Hello. Let's see. Let me hit everybody up real quick that's in the comment section. All right. We can hear you. Thank God. All right. Now, this first clip is a prophet. This guy, March of this year, months ago, this guy predicted a Trump attempted assassination. Crazy stuff. Check it out, folks. Real short clip. We'll play that one first.
His life. And then I saw an attempt.
All right. Hold on just a second.
On his life. This bullet flew by his ear.
All right.
And then I saw an attempt on his life.
Audio on this,
this bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that
can't hear the audio on this.
Busted his eardrum.
Let's see what I need to do here. Having audio problems again. What the hell is going on? Let's see here. All right. This guy right here. Let me back out of here. I'll step over here. Okay, share. I'm gonna go ahead and read you what this guy says. Hopefully, I'm not having audio technical difficulties as well. It says this guy's a prophet. His name is Brandon Biggs. He said there will be an attempt on. This was in March. He said there will be an attempt on President Trump's life. He says he believed it will be a bullet that flew by his ear. He said it will be a cracking sound that busts his eardrum and causes him to believe. This guy predicted this. It has now gone viral. But this guy predicted this, like I said, in March. He predicted Trump's eardrum busting and blood running from Trump's head, a near miss shot. That's crazy. His name is Prophet. What the hell is his Brandon Biggs. Go check him out, folks. He's got several other prophecies, but I just thought that was a crazy one to be bringing out there. All right, folks, we're going to jump into another clip to find out if my audio is working right. All righty, let's see if I can get my audio right again. Okay, here we go. Back this up real quick. Y'all bear with me.
And then I saw an attempt on his life.
Now, for some reason, the audio is screwed up on this one. All right, let's go back to another tab. Let's see if I got one of these other ones with the audio. All right, folks, bear with me, bear with me. We're going to try another one of these tabs. All right, I'm gonna blow this up bigger, that way y'all can see it better. All right, folks, in this particular video right here is an open window. I don't know if y'all can see that, but right here is an open window. And right here is the shooter where his body laid. But a lot of the news organizations are saying that his body was laying here for some reason. Now we're finding out that they believe the trajectory of the bullets come from both of these directions. Now, if you see this picture right here, that is the open window. Now, if that was Secret Service in there, in here, why didn't they see this guy on the roof? If it's not Secret Service and it's these muffled bullets that the ballistics examiner was talking about, we need to get the answers from that. We need to get all these bullets off this roof, counted and accounted for, and the ballistics off every bullet that passed through everybody from Trump's ear to the other people that were shot. We need to find those bullets and the casings in order to get to the bottom of this stuff. There's no doubt about it. Let's see if I can get the audio working on this one.
And got him off of the stage, and he was bleeding. And so then my son and daughter-in-law was back behind us, back behind the fence. And we was worried about them. We couldn't call them. And so we started trying to go after them then when they finally let us up. And they had been right by the fence where the other shooter was. There was one I heard in the water tower. There was one by the fence. And still, obviously, initial reports. But what we do know, according
one by the water tower, one by the fence. That was the initial reports. There was 10 people that reported that. No doubt about it, folks. Crazy crap. Now, scroll down here a little further. There's something else. Now, this here is the video that really is very disturbing to me as well.
They see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Watch right here. All right, I'm going to back this up. I backed it up right here, folks. Everybody needs to look at right here. There's a black figure right there standing out right before the shots. Watch him move.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Right here, he starts moving.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
That's one of the second shooter scenarios, and the open window is the second shooter scenario as well. They don't know that there wasn't three shooters at this point. They're really kind of confused about the whole situation. No doubt about it. We got more questions than answers the more we look. It's absolutely crazy. Let's go ahead and let me jump back in here. Where are we at here? Hold on just a second. All righty, folks. That's crazy, isn't it? Hey, John, stopping by to say hello. Good to see you, John. That's American in Brazil channel. If y'all don't know John, go check him out. He's got some great content as well. What do y'all think about that video, folks? Anybody got any comments as far as what was on top of that tower? Why was that window left open? What the hell's going on with the lack of information? What happened to real security for our president? Why are we getting diversity hires in there instead of the best man for the job? There's so many unanswered questions that are just now coming out, not to include all the things that are starting to dribble out about the shooter, Mr. Crooks, and his past involving encrypted accounts. See, original statement was he had no internet access. No, this kid is smart enough that if he used a drone, he's got encrypted accounts that bounce overseas, so that way you can't actually see where he's digging and where he's coming from when he's digging for stuff on the dark web. Just the facts, folks. They will find out all this stuff. Whether we'll get the truth of the matter, who really knows? But it is definitely an effed up situation, and the Secret Service, whether they were involved in the coup or just complacent to the situation and maybe used as a pawn, I don't know. I don't believe all the Secret Service are out to get Trump. I don't believe that, but I do believe there was a bigger picture of something going on here. And one thing they didn't figure for was thousands of people walking around with their cell phones at the Trump rally, filming everything. That's how we're getting the details of this thing more and more each and every day. I'm glad to see it too. Now I've got Ron Johnson and several of them that I wanted to bring y'all some information from that we're discussing what's going to happen tomorrow, what they think about the second shooter scenario. There's a lot to it. Let's get into it. We're going to go ahead and bear with me just a second, folks. Put Ron Johnson up here on the screen directly. Let's see. All right, let me view it in the live stream. What's wonky about this app, folks, is when you take yourself off screen to say go find a video or click on a video that I want to play, it literally takes me to where I can't see myself in StreamYard or see the main screen. So it's a little wonky. It's something you got to get used to. I guess I got to figure out how to put it on a split screen or something to where it's not so back and forth. But I do got several great clips for you here today, some interesting information. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is several minutes long, but Ron Johnson does explain some things that he believes is going on involving the second shooter. All right, here we go.
Perimeter stuff to local law enforcement. They weren't even on the same security channel. So the sniper and SWAT teams weren't on the same channel as the patrol officers, and they weren't on the same channel as Secret Service. So they had to relay things. One of the things we found out is that we've got a more detailed timeline. This picture is now on the internet, but a photo was taken by the local sniper team in the AGR building at 5:14 of Crooks. So again, we had pictures of this guy. Why wasn't he intercepted? There's so many unanswered questions here.
The pictures were taken at 5:14, and he was shot at 6:11.
Damn.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Continue.
again, we've got a more so I'm going to be issuing a preliminary report. It's preliminary. It's just scratching the surface. We're primarily going to release that report to solicit more eyewitness testimony. If you took video, save it. Make a backup copy. We can glean things in terms of audio and in terms of, where the shots came from. Was it one rifle? Was it more than one? I've seen some pretty interesting video on the internet by experts that certainly calls into question what the FBI is telling us about a single shooter. Again, we're only just beginning this, but it is so important that people who saw things, that have information, they preserve it, they memorialize what they saw, because memories change over time. They can be influenced. So it's good news on a bipartisan basis. Chairman Blumenthal and I are dedicated to taking transcribed interviews with law enforcement and public, just members of the general public that were at that rally. No matter how insignificant your piece of information might be, it might lend to provide the full story of what happened, because the American public needs to understand what happened here.
So I know that, I tweeted out yesterday the fact that you're doing this bipartisan investigation, and I put on your email. You have an email that you want people to send information to, and I know that you'll treat that later. But I got to get to this. After the shooter was taken down by Secret Service, the local law enforcement, and I know this from some of your preliminary comments, your preliminary findings, started taking pictures of the dead body, right? Can you tell us what happened then?
Correct. So that sniper team that was in the AGR building, they're the first ones that went up on the roof. They were the first to encounter the dead assassin at that point in time. Later on, other people joined them, and somebody told them to send the pictures they had taken to an ATF agent, which I think is very strange. And we called up that ATF agent. That individual said that he was with ATF, and now he's gone dark. We've also reached out to the Secret Service agents in charge on the ground. All we're getting there is the runaround. So we are getting information from local law enforcement, and we appreciate that. But unfortunately, federal law enforcement agents, they're just saying, well, go through your congressional liaison. Again, that's going to be unacceptable. I wish I could rely and have faith in the FBI and the Secret Service to do a truthful accounting of this, but that's not been my experience with the Russian collusion hoax. And for years, dealing with federal law enforcement, we need completely separate and independent investigations, and it has to start
Absolutely.
now.
So are you questioning whether or not there was a second shooter? Is that what you're questioning, or if the shooter had a different gun?
I saw an extremely convincing video online. I know it's all over the place. There were 3 distinct shots early on, followed by another 5 in more staccato, more rapidly fired. And then the final one, which we believe took the shooter out. How do you explain that? I don't know. I'm not an expert. But the individual putting that video out says it clearly shows that there are at least 3 different weapons fired that day. Again, I don't know, but we can't trust the FBI and the Secret Service to do an honest and open and transparent investigation. That's just a very sad fact. So we've got to rely on other sources, independent, to really find out what the truth of the matter was on Saturday, July 13th.
So let me go back to what happened after the shooter is dead. You just mentioned somebody goes up. So this is the guy in the suit who walks up the ladder, goes to the roof, and tells the locals, send those pictures to this cell phone. Who was that person?
Well, again, I'm not sure that was the guy. I think another county law enforcement gave the number to the other county law enforcement, the snipers, to send the text. Some guy in a suit walks up the ladder. They believe you Secret Service. I'm not sure where they gave credentials, but that's part of it. Again, Maria, this is so preliminary. I'm issuing this. I'm providing this information, a much more detailed timeline to prompt others to come forward. We need to complete this picture. We have a lot of puzzle pieces to fill in here.
Is it odd to you that the locals were being told to send the pictures to the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Agency, ATF? Where does ATF come in?
It's very odd. It's the oddity starts with the fact that local law enforcement were just tasked with securing the perimeter, told to go cover that AGR building, not really told where to set up. So they set up on the 2nd floor. They went to that AGR building at 10:30 in the morning. So they were stationed there well in advance. They noticed this suspicious character at 5:10. They took a photo of him at 5:14. The president was shot at 6:11. So again, an hour has passed. Again, they don't communicate. They didn't have communication, same channels with their law enforcement patrol officers. They weren't in communication.
Boy, this is some sad shit. The more we learn, the more we learn. It's just so disheartening to think our government is not only in on what happened, but hiding it to the best of their ability, preventing the real professionals in Congress from investigating the truth. So that means it will probably be when Trump gets back into office, we will get to find out the truth about this, because we will be able to put a real attorney general, special counsel on this situation to get the truth out, because these people are obviously going to cockblock subpoenas and lie and subvert information and cover up all the information they can. And I think the thing that's going to break this thing out is the people on Twitter, the people on YouTube, the people sharing these video clips that were at the rally. The story's coming together whether they like it or not, and it's looking really bad for the people that were in charge. No doubt about it. I got several more clips here, folks. We're gonna jump out of this thing real quick. We'll go right back to the screen, chat at y'all a little bit, see who we got over here in the comment section. This is my second stream today. My first one was a crash and burn. I was having audio difficulties with my Bluetooth. For some reason, it would not sync. I didn't realize it immediately, but at any rate. Says, hello, my patriot brother. Hey, Shannon, stopping by. Hey, Shannon, National Ice Cream Day. Didn't know that. Oh, that's right. It's Joe Biden Day, ain't it? I'm so happy Joe Biden's out, but at the same time, I knew we were going to beat him anyway. So that just means Trump's going to have to do more debates. Trump's going to have to do more. Trump and J.D. Vance will be doing several more debates over the next several months, because the Democrats are going to want to, in order to pump out their next two. Now, the magic question is, who's going to be Kamala's VP? Because they've already, even Alex Soros has put his arm around Kamala Harris this morning and said she's the one we're going to back. Now, who will be her diversity hire? Didn't earn it, VP. We'll know soon enough, next day or two, but definitely Joe is out of there. As soon as that debate was over, I knew he wouldn't last much longer. Oh, Stephanie says Newsom. No, hope not. He's horrible. He destroyed California in record time. I mean, he's got like Joe Biden destruction skills. I don't want him in there, no doubt about it. But they're not going to win. I don't care how you slice it. I don't think they can win. I don't think they could win before Trump's assassination attempt happened. And now I think it's even more solidified that Trump's not just that candidate, but the boss is back. Trump 2024, no doubt about it, folks. It's definitely a happening deal. I don't see how it can go any other way. Now, I got several more video clips here for you I want to bring to y'all. Let me bring one up real quick. Let's see here. Let's get on with it. Let's get Miss Ali. Hold on just a second. Let me back this up. All right, we're on the right one. Okay, here we go, folks.
Dobbs was one of the greatest ever in an industry that had a lot of great people. There was nobody like him. He was my friend, and he was a real talent, and he was a tough cookie. He was so tough, but he was tough on bad people, not on good people. He is somebody that's really going to be missed. He's a big voice. Lou is a really big voice, a very powerful voice.
That was Trump's salute to Lou Dobbs. Lou Dobbs died yesterday, I believe it was. Great voice for the American people. Been a news commentator for years and years, and just another great one is gone. All right, folks. I believe I got this video clip ready for you now. This, for some reason, this is not the right clip.
Then I got a little bad news.
Apologize. They put the wrong clip in the wrong spot or something. This is supposed to be the Anna Paulina Luna clip. Let me go back up here and refresh this stupid thing. Try that again. Bear with me, folks. Okay, here we go.
Questions about who exactly this kid was working with. So we do know that he was a gamer. He was operating on a website called Discord, which is a chat room, and that it's very likely with the equipment that he came up with, the explosives and the detonator, that he was obviously working with someone. And so I think from a forensics and digital perspective, that's going to be incredibly important because, as you know, Keith, we have an incredible issue right now with Secret Service. And more importantly, I want to know why she's not resigning. I think tomorrow you'll see probably it's likely that she'll step down.
Congresswoman, is there going to be a classified and declassified version of this, or as the investigation is ongoing, or how much will she be able to say publicly?
You know, the one frustrating thing that we've continued to hear from Secret Service and really from bureaucrats is that this is an ongoing investigation, which is why I've really pushed, along with a number of my colleagues, to do a separate committee to investigate this. And so I do believe that the American people deserve answers right away. I don't think that there should be a classified version of this. I mean, everyone needs to know what happened here.
I agree.
This is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, it's super revealing that Alejandro Mayorkas is stonewalling on subpoenas when he knows that the entire nation wants answers to this. I mean, it's just, that guy, it's unbelievable. I want to know more about this kid as well. I mean, will that be part of the investigation? We know he had overseas encrypted accounts. What 20-year-old has that? You know, and also, are you going to get into, you know, was he, apparently he Googled depression. Was he on psychotropic drugs? I mean, all of these things are important for us to know as a nation.
I mean, I think that whatever committee is stood up, and I would hope that the chairman that have subpoena authority start to send those subpoenas to these server platforms like Discord, and as well as other gaming services that he was using to see exactly who he was chatting with, tracing their IP addresses. I agree with all of the above, but the fact is that, look, we didn't even get our briefing from Secret Service until days after the fact. That should have happened immediately. And I think that this goes to show that right now as Congress, we are not a respected code.
Yeah, it is Biden's responsibility, but he's gone now, so he's not responsible anymore. As a matter of fact, I think over the next couple of months, Biden will basically ghost out because nobody really wants his endorsement at this point. Maybe the VP, he'll do his one-time speech about it, but for the most part, I think Biden is done with endorsements. He's fixing to slip off into the shadows like never before. It'll be Basement Joe for real this time. Since he's not campaigning, he's probably just retired the rest of his job. He's going to let Kamala take over from this point forward if her and Jill wasn't already running the place. But at any rate, let's get back into this. I got a couple more clips here I want to bring to y'all today. Let's see here. This is, we heard Ron Johnson. All right, let me back up here real quick, folks. Bear with me. Don't mean to keep y'all in silence. I'm just scrolling around back here in the background, trying to get some breaking news that I wanted to discuss with y'all. It says, let's see here. Here on the Gateway Pundit this afternoon, should I say, there's several things I want to tell y'all about what's going on. It says pro-Trump super PAC hammers Kamala Harris in brutal ad after Biden drops out of the race. Y'all seen the ad yet? It's hilarious. Check it out. I seen this earlier on Twitter. It's a little brutal. Now, Trump's statement about to Biden or about Biden after Biden dropped out. Trump's truth was, Crooked Joe is the worst president by far in the history of our nation. He has done everything possible to destroy our country, from the southern border to energy dominance, national security, international standing, and so much more. He was annihilated in an earth-shattering debate, and now the corrupt and radical Democrats are throwing him overboard. That's the proper term, overboard. He was not fit to serve from the very beginning, but the people around him lied to America to, to about his complete and total mental, physical, and cognitive demise. Whoever, let's see here, this thing will link over to it real quick. It says the people around him lied to him about his mental and physical condition. Whoever the left puts up now will just be more of the same. Make America great again. You know, I blame the mainstream media for a lot of this crap, a lot of what has happened, a lot of what we know about the situation with the assassination. I blame the media for miscommunicating every single day of the year. If we didn't have the media acting such a fool all the time with their lie and their cover up for the left wing, we would be in a better situation as a country because at one time the media held Washington accountable. I don't believe that's the case anymore. I think that boat has done sailed, but maybe we'll get it back with Trump. Let me see here if I can bring this last video clip up here. I wanted to bring to y'all today. It's yeah, there we go. All right, let's see here. We're gonna put it in the main tab. Let me jump out of here so that way we can get this thing as big as possible. All right, check this out, folks.
Kamala was in on it. She covered up Joe's obvious mental decline.
Our president is in good shape, in good health, tireless, vibrant, and I have no doubt about the strength of the work that we have done.
But Kamala knew Joe couldn't do the job, so she did it. Look what she got done. A border invasion, runaway inflation, the American dream dead. They created this mess. Kamala owns this failed record. Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm sure there will be a lot more of that to come. A lot more of cackling Kamala ad commercials from the Trump campaign. It's fixing to get started. You know, once Trump puts you in his sights, as far as somebody that has wronged him, or you are now the direct competition, it's on now. I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's a matter of time, folks. Trump will be back in the saddle again. Our country will get back in the direction it's supposed to be going. I'm talking about away from the socialist, tyrannical direction that our country has been sliding in for about 20 years. I think Trump was a speed bump in the road that prevented a lot of that for 4 years. But they've had a long time to ramp this up. And when Joe Biden got in there, they put it into overdrive because they had somebody that would do anything and everything they wanted. They had the perfect puppet. That's why they installed Joe Biden. For that reason, because he was a great puppet, and because of the fact that they knew he was so dirty, so corrupt, had so many secrets, done dealt with so many other world leaders on a compromised scale. He's probably the perfect guy to get in there and be their surrogate to deal with these folks. Biden says he flew on flights with Xi Jinping 40,000 hours, some crazy number like that. Well, it may be true. I don't know. It's probably just a made up number. But the point of the matter is, when you have a good, close personal relationship with these other dictators, you hope it's a good one. Now, Biden was taken advantage of by all these people. That's his relationship with them. Side backdoor business deals, military industrial complex, getting his son to be the bag man. That's the kind of deals that Biden is known for in Europe and the Middle East, all over the world. Trump, on the other hand, is known for being a business mogul and respected on the world stage. When he showed up to your country, you praised him and was appreciative that he showed up to come see you. That's the truth of the matter. Putin, Xi Jinping, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, the way these people were handled by Trump and the Iranians and the Iraqis as well. The way these people were handled by Trump was demanded respect, and that's what we need from a strong leader. We need somebody that is willing to say, "F you, we're going to do it my way, or I'm going to find a way to weaponize this taxation against you." You know, that's why Trump is a great negotiator. There's been many cases where he's been able to broker a deal like the Middle East Abraham Accord, even though it didn't last because Biden showed up. But he had brokered a deal where everybody could get along because everybody wanted to make money. That's what Trump's known for. That's why Trump's a billionaire instead of a millionaire. And I'm glad he brought that to the country. And I think he will bring it to the country again. Matter of fact, I know our economy will be soaring the minute we find out Trump won the election. From November till January, our stock market, NASDAQ, all our financial reports are going to be very uplifting because everybody will have the hope of the betterment of our country because they know we're going to have somebody in there that has already has a proven track record that he can make this country successful again. I'm really glad to see that. Trump's coming back. He's going to win. Biden's out. Kamala can't compete. And the only question now is when's the next debate? Who's Kamala's VP? And how long before they stop mentioning Joe Biden's name on the news? It's been a crazy news cycle, folks, for the last couple of weeks, if not the last month or two. And it seems like it is only getting crazier by the day. There's breaking news several times a day sometimes with just the information that's coming out, especially about this assassination attempt. And I will try to bring y'all more on that when I get the opportunity. But there's so much information out there about it right now. I don't want to get too far into what I've seen. I mean, I could share a lot of these clips and stuff, but I don't know how credible they are. And I don't really want to promote something that's not 100%. So I'm still kind of in the wait on a lot of these video clips and these people's opinions about the bullets and things. But we're eventually going to get a definitive report as to how many guns there were, what directions the bullets were flying from, who was hit with what ballistic or what weapon, where all the casings are, and all who put this 20-year-old kid up to do this. Was the second shooter there to make sure that the first shooter did his job, or to take out the first shooter? That's a good question. So many questions here. The fact that BlackRock and Vanguard and several other companies bought into a short sale of Trump's stock on Rumble stock and 12 million shares of Truth Social and Trump stocks, thinking that something bad was going to happen to Trump. This happened on the 12th, the day before. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard this, but there are several videos out there now that say that BlackRock and Vanguard and a lot of these top dog Democrats invested in the hypothetical scenario that Trump's stock and Rumble stock was going to crash on the 13th. That's kind of fishy too, folks. They said if Trump would have been assassinated, these people that were initial investors in this would have turned billions into trillions. So this may have been the most expensive myth in history when it comes right down to the money that was going to change hands behind the people that thought they knew what was going to happen on the 13th. It's crazy, 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 folks. I don't know how else to call it, but I believe that the deep state's in on it. I don't believe this kid acted alone. May not have been the deep state. It may have been somebody from BlackRock that said, whether the government's in on it or not, we got to do something. Who can we pay in the government to look the other way? Can we get Secret Service details out here that ain't actually Secret Service? Things like that. You know, you can shave off all your security details till you get to a point where you're not having real security anymore. If you compromise, and that's what it looks like it happened, then you're guaranteed to be put in a compromised situation. They show a circle around the perimeter where the rally was supposed to be, and there's a big, look like a Pac-Man mouth, pizza pie piece missing of the perimeter. Guess where that is? That's where that building is, where the shooter was on. So why did they not cover a 400-foot circular perimeter around Trump as a minimum? Well, everybody's going, the other guy's supposed to, the other team was supposed to. It was the local police's fault. No, I don't think so. Truth be known, somebody slipped and dropped the ball, and I believe some of it was negligence, but I also believe some of it was probably on purpose. So that's all I got for you today, folks. I appreciate everybody dropping in, stopping by. Hope everybody's enjoying their day, having a great weekend. I'll go ahead and put my intro on here on the way out. But everybody, hopefully everybody stays blessed, stays calm, and does their best to try to stay out of this mess that we call a news cycle. It is crazy. Over and out, folks. Later, guys.